Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another scintillating... scintillating.
It scintils.
Scintillating episode of... I'll just keep that in there, it's funny. Of Irrelevant Reviews. And today we've got the A-Team. We've got Terry, also known as Skull Smith. You'll want to Google that and check that out. He's got some great music online that you can download and purchase. And some merch, too, which is very cool. I am Lewis Smith. I don't have online music, and nor do I have merch to purchase.
I do like your offline music, though.
My what?
Offline music.
Offline music, yes. And this is our technical advisor, Charlotte, here, who has joined us. So today, we had a lot of requests. I mean, in the past, we've kind of focused on garbage bags and, you know, stuff like that. And
yeah, bread and butter type stuff.
Yeah, but not the kind you could consume. Kind of bread and butter in terms of daily usage, but
yeah,
not...
you wouldn't want to consume a garbage bag.
No, unless things are very dire.
This is true.
Yeah. So today we actually have something more analogous to bread and butter, and that's two very different cereals. So what do we have, Terry?
We've got Reese's Puffs and Signature Select Bran Flakes.
So very different stuff here. So, you know, we figured this will appeal to a wider audience because some of you will be Bran people and others might be Puff people. We don't know, but we're gonna explore these two products here and just kind of give you our random thoughts on it as we go through it. So we'll just why don't we go ahead and get started. The one thing I said right before we started taping that I noticed, it was kind of funny. This was facing me, the Bran Flakes, and I thought, oh, well, the back is towards the camera, and I flipped it around. So I find it interesting that it has the full name on both sides.
I think it's extremely useful because let's say we've got the Reese's Puffs here. It's got some little graphic on the back. Who knows what that is? But if you're looking at that, you don't know what you're looking at.
Exactly. If it's in the cupboard...
Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's a guy clutching his face. He looks like he's in pain.
Yeah, that's not a great advertisement for cereal.
No, and also he has X's, well...
Who knows? I think it's Halloween themed, but...
I guess, yeah, the X's on the eyes, you know, the skull, the thing is...
Yeah, that's weird.
Pretty much most people know that means he's dead.
But what it doesn't say anywhere on the back of this box is Reese's Puffs.
Yeah.
So you don't know that you're getting Reese's Puffs when you look at the back.
Yeah.
You only see it here on the front. Now with the Bran Flakes...
Which are kind of bland.
I almost called them
That's not a point.
Bland Flakes.
Bland Flakes, I like it.
But with the Bran Flakes, you don't have to turn the box around. There's no point in which you're going to see a side of the box that does not say Bran Flakes. All four sides of the box, not just the big sides that we consider to be most important, but the thinner sides as well say Bran Flakes on them.
And the top. And the bottom.
Look at that.
All six sides. So this could be in your cupboard in any configuration. It could be on its side like that. It could be standing up like this. Yeah. You could have 10 boxes. But as opposed to these here, which, well, I guess it does say it on...
You get five out of six sides, but you know what?
That's an important side.
That is a very important side.
Yeah.
It's tied for the biggest side of the box. It's very important that you know what you're grabbing.
And since you mentioned that...
Oh, look at that.
Well, they look like they're pretty much the same size when you agree. I mean, in terms of the two-dimensional face.
Oh yeah, the two-dimensional face is the same, but look
sideways,
at that.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
That is a significant difference. What is, why don't you look at what's the volume on that one, or whatever the...
This is 8 cups worth.
Okay.
This has 12 servings per container, so this...
Not 12 cups, so
this is about 1.5 times the size of this box.
Yeah.
You don't notice it from
the
front, but it is a big box.
Yeah, this is sizable. This is also 17.3 ounces for you calorie counters.
This is only 11.5 ounces. Now to put that into perspective, this is also an 11.5-ounce can.
And I have a 12-ounce one here. Well, 12 fluid ounce.
So your drink is more
than that.
Amazing.
That is interesting. Now, since we've compared the site, I am curious though. Is there on the nutrition facts?
Oh yeah.
Their serving size is also 1 cup. Is that correct?
1 cup, yeah.
All right. So let's compare those.
Now let's compare the cup size. Look at that.
Oh.
Look at this. Is interesting. Now, for those of you who can't see the nutrition facts from here, this serving size says 1 cup or 39 grams. Remember that number, because on this box it says 1 cup is 40 grams.
So you actually get 1 more gram
per cup.
With this box. That could be a value. I don't. I wish I could do a price comparison, but I don't know how much they were.
I don't either, honestly.
We found these in a random kitchen and just thought it'd be worth doing. So, keeping in mind that there's a 1 gram difference between these two. When I say one cup serving, there is 130 calories per serving for the Bran Flakes. How many calories do you have for your serving?
For the dry cereal, it has 160 per serving. If you have it with half a cup of skim milk, it amounts to 200.
All right. And let's just skip to what people want to know about the total carbohydrates.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah. On the Bran Flake, we've got 32 grams.
Oh, and on Reese's Puffs, we have 30 grams. But look at this. 11%, 11%.
Oh.
So this suggests that those 2 grams are less than a percentage of your daily value.
Yeah. And then also people will want to know about, in terms of sugars, the Bran Flakes has 7 grams, including 7 grams of added sugar. So it's all added sugar.
It's all added sugar. Well,
and it's 13%.
This looks to be the same way, all added sugar, but with 12 grams at 24%. So if you like sugar, this is a better bet for you.
Yeah, if you're dealing with issues like, diabetes or something, this would probably be your better bet here.
Yes.
It's too bad that you can't get it without the added sugar, but that's life.
Yes.
So anyway, those are kind of things. In general, what people does that have a fiber listing on it? Because I know people get into the fiber thing.
Dietary fiber.
Yes.
We've got 2 grams, 7%.
Well, this is where this one takes over. Bran Flakes, dietary fiber, 6 grams.
6 grams, 3 times.
And it's 23%.
23% now.
Of your daily value.
Now, 23 is more than 3 times 7. So that's interesting.
Yes. So, and maybe, again, it's not quite apples and oranges. It's Bran Flakes and Puffs, but we have an extra gram here, and I don't know how much that factors into here. That could be...
that could be part of it. You definitely get more Bran for your buck here.
Yes, yes. So anyway, I think that's kind of the basics. What are your first impressions of the boxes, respectively?
Well, I mean, this box is definitely better in every way, I would say, because, as we covered, you know what you're getting from every angle.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger, so you know there's more in it. You know by the weight that there's more in it.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, I mean, if you like orange, then this is the box for you. But if you find orange and green to be equally good, then I think Bran would come out ahead for the other reason.
Yeah. Now, and I would point out that I think these would look nice side by side.
Yes.
The green and the orange. That's always kind of a nice combination.
Yes.
And if you had multiple ones, you could put another green one here, another orange one there.
But it would actually be better this way because
oh, yes.
As nutrition facts,
you're right. That's kind of the white part. So
yeah, you want to put them. You want them all to be in the same orientation.
There you go. So this way.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I tilted back for the light there. You could see the brilliant orange and green.
Also, an interesting thing about these boxes, neither one have a color that really represents what's inside.
Oh, well, that's a good point.
Bran is not green.
Bran hopefully is not green unless it's been moistened and stuck in your cupboard for
Nor is chocolate
months.
and peanut butter a bright orange.
Yes, that's a good point. I will say, just comparing the graphics on here, and again, I'm not sure if you can see this from here because we don't have a camera person. I mean, it's well photographed. I mean, you can see the crunchy bran flakes, and the blueberries look very fresh, and that's not in the box, and they probably should have a disclaimer there, don't you think? No blueberries.
That should be on the box.
No blueberries were harmed in the making of this cereal. Whereas this one, the box itself is a vibrant orange, but these colors here are very muted.
They are. They really could have added a bit more contrast, I think, with the cereal. I think
it's muddy looking, I guess. So best word I could think of. It's
dusty
and muddy.
It's like a dirt road.
It does not look like something I'd want to eat.
I would have suggested a higher contrast palette, because up here the peanut butter cup
it looks
from
good.
which it's based. Yeah, those are good.
I would want to eat that.
Strong chocolate and peanut butter color.
And contrast. Yeah. Yes. Here there's not much contrast. You get a little bit of kind of yellowish mud and dark mud. It's not a good look, and it reminds me of just things.
Maybe that's what monosaturated fat is.
Oh, that could be.
It's not. The palate isn't quite saturated enough.
No, you're right. Yeah. That's a good point. Now, and one other, before we open up the box, I know that's kind of what everybody's sitting here waiting to do. Yeah. I find it interesting on the bran flakes. It says right under the bowl, and this is cool because I can turn this either way and still read it to you because it says the same thing.
You'll be reading the same thing as he is.
Yeah, and it says whole grain wheat cereal with wheat bran. It's pretty simple. It tells you exactly. It's wheat.
Yeah.
You know what it's. I mean, if you've had wheat before, you kind of have a good idea what it's going to taste like. This one, it just says sweet and crunchy corn puffs. Now, granted, it says made with real Reese's peanut butter, but that's all it says.
That's a very important point. With this box, it says Reese's Puffs, and it assumes that you know what Reese's
is. Yes.
It doesn't say on the cover this is chocolate and peanut butter flavored cereal.
Yeah,
it does not say that. It implies peanut butter, but look at how small the letters are. Made with real Reese's peanut butter.
Yes.
It's very small. On this one, you don't even have to read the small print. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Bran! Bran, right there!
Yeah, no, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say that they hit, they scored, whatever the expression is, they did really well with this one. Yeah. As I mentioned on this one, you've got blueberries in there, but there's nowhere on the box where it says blueberries not included.
There aren't any blueberries.
Now, in this one, you have this weird-looking toy in there, but there is a disclaimer over here. It says toy not included.
Oh, yes, that's good.
So that is truth in advertising, and
it is.
I have to give them a few extra points for that because it's, it just, and it also on both sides it says enlarged to show detail. In fact, it says that on all. The 3 panels that have the illustration. So if you're looking at this, you're thinking, oh, that's a big Reese's peanut butter cup. Mm-hmm. You know, at least it's telling you, it says it's enlarged. It doesn't tell you how much it's enlarged, so it's kind of up to you to figure out.
This one also says it, but it's very small. It says serving suggestion enlarged to show detail.
Ah, okay.
Although I have seen blueberries this size.
And I've seen bran flakes that big too.
There you go. So maybe these are just smaller than those. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, I'm just glad that they're paying attention to that stuff. So
it's important. It's like those garbage bags that say "keep out of reach of children." That's an important detail.
Yeah.
Likewise, cereal is enlarged to show detail. That's critical.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, why don't we go ahead and bust them open and see what you think? Now, I'm thinking it might be since. Why don't you go ahead and open both of them, and then you can compare what the feeling is like.
Sure.
One after the other. Right. Whereas if I open one and you open one, we have different.
We're not going to
scales.
So here we go. I'm pulling Now this here, it says lift tab to open. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to follow the direction on the box.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it says lift tab to open, so I know how to open the box. I'm not coming at it from the bottom on this. I could open it from the bottom, but
it doesn't tell you to lift that tab.
So
yeah.
it suggests to me they're telling me this because I'm going to have an easier time opening it from the top.
Yeah. Hey, one quick thing I have to mention because I just saw it here. I'm sorry, we'll do this now so I don't interrupt after you open. This one is interesting. I was trying to read. Here it says the best if used by. It has a date.
Yeah.
I'm having a really hard time reading that one.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can see the date, but it's that weird pixely dot.
It's like an old dot matrix printer. Like, yeah, and it probably is. That's probably what they do.
Be.
But it is. If you show the camera the contrast, it's dark and it's on the blue. It's really hard. If I wasn't wearing my glasses, I'd have a hard time doing it. And just for comparison's sake, on this one. It says the best of used by, and I can read that one from over here.
Oh, yep.
It's the same color background, blue, but what Reese's has chosen to do is it's a white lettering, and again, I don't know if you can see that from here, but here, hold that one up next to it, and they can, I'm not expecting you to be able to read it, but maybe you can see the difference and contrast and see, oh yeah, there's letters there. Yeah. And of course now, the other part of that is, what is the date on that one?
The date on this one is June 15th, 22.
Okay. This one is October 14th, 22.
Oh, well.
But they also did it 14 October 2022, whereas this one...
Is it Great Britain?
Yes, well, it's a European, but also, this one you would have to know that you're in the 2000s, because this one actually says 14 October 2022, 2022. That one just has a 22 after the date, so it's like...
That is true. If this box could be 99 years old, we would have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a downside.
Yeah, or it could have some sort of space-age new preservative, and it's good till 21, 22.
It's quite possible, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know how long. This
it is a brand
know it's going to expire by next October.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
But this one, it could be 100 years, 1,000 years, 3022. We don't even know.
Yeah.
This could have been around in biblical times. This could have just be the year 22.
Yeah. 22. Yeah. No, absolutely.
But that is quite a downside. But I do like that they have this time 117. There is a time on the box.
Yeah.
I don't think
this
Reese's
one
Puffs,
does not have an actual time.
It's timeless and not in a good way. It also has, see here, T7 81219.
That's interesting. This one has AL 070707.
Now, my instinct is that's a made-up number.
It does sound like somebody who's just trying to come up with a number really fast.
I'm sure that number appears on a lot of boxes, because you're not going to see a number that perfect.
Yeah.
But a number like T7 space, I forgot the space the first time, but yes, 81219, that's a pretty random, pointless number.
Yeah, and it's interesting it ends in 19 because that would be 2 years ago. I mean, we're in 2021 now.
Yes.
It ends in 19, and you add 2 to the 19, you get 21. 2 minus 1 is 1, which is the second to last digit there. It's 19. We're in 2021, 2 minus 1 is 1, 19.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's the code.
Interesting, yeah.
We
might have, whereas, 070707, whatever.
That box has been around since July 7th, 2007.
Exactly.
It's not, we're not talking about 15-year-old cereal.
That's why the figure is clutching its head. It appears to be dead.
Because he's been in that box for 15 years. Yeah.
One thing, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep putting off the opening of the box, because I know that's what you're waiting for.
Yeah.
Does this have any game or anything on the back that you can...
A game? It's a
It's
box.
hard to tell which is the front of the back.
It's a cereal box.
Well, I understand, but
one.
I ask this because on the back of this there's a CAPTCHA code for scan code to play Cause Puffs.
Cause Puffs.
Kaws. I don't know what Cause Puffs is. I don't think I'd want to play that.
I don't think I would either because they don't tell you what it is. It could be a scam.
It could be a scam.
Yeah.
Or something that screws up your phone when you scan it.
Yeah.
You know,
it could be a virus.
Yeah.
With Bran, there is a tiny little QR code here, but it's scanned here for more food information.
Oh, so you can actually get more.
So you know what you're getting. You're getting more food information.
Yeah.
But
this is lacking in food information here.
Yeah.
We just know it's sweet and crunchy corn puff.
there's nothing that says it's peanut butter chocolate.
Yeah.
Especially in the title.
Yeah. No, that is frustrating. Well, okay. Now why don't we go ahead and I think we've.
Okay.
Well, who makes that, by the way?
Oh, this is Signature Select, which is
Safeway.
Safeway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is, of course, General Mills.
General Mills, yes.
Ah, he got promoted.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a Captain Crunch's superior.
Yes. It was Colonel Mills last time, I think, but now he's General. That's impressive. All right. Why don't you tell us your feelings? So you're going to open it by the tab.
I'm going to open it with the tab. It's very important that I try to open. Oh no!
It tore.
It tore.
The adhesive.
Now that's not always a bad thing. That means
Right.
the adhesive is very strong. This box is going to stay sealed until otherwise prompted. But I say lift tab to open.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. It's a 2/3.
It opened 2/3. Now that might actually benefit for pouring, so as much doesn't pour out. I don't know, but it's not a planned thing. I don't think.
In any case, I want to open the full box top though.
Yeah.
This side, for whatever reason, stuck better than this side, and it tore the box.
Yeah.
Now, now before I open that thing, I want to make sure I can close this box.
Oh, good point. And people don't think about that, but when you open it, you want to make sure that it's still in a condition to be able to seal it closed again, because otherwise, more air, critters, vermin, whatever, will get into the box.
Yes, we don't want vermin in the box. Now, I don't think that this is a vermin-sized crack, but I'm still not.
Yeah, it's
that is unfortunate. The adhesive was imbalanced. That was the problem.
Yeah, and it's
it does reseal, but if I want to reopen it, notice how this doesn't go up with this.
Yeah,
separate.
You have. It's almost like you need a third hand. You got the two hands to hold the thing, and then the third one to modulate the amount of cereal coming out.
And here's the thing. I don't have a third hand.
No, most don't. Most don't.
Yeah.
If you do, this might be a good thing for you. But if not,
this
then
would be a good box.
I would be prepared to deal with.
Now I want to take a look at the colors here. We've got green, black, pink, blue, yellow, and orange, and then
muted versions.
Yeah, lighter versions of them. Now remember that color scheme, because I'm going to look at the one on the inside
And compare. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, do you want to go ahead and do the outer part here, and then you can compare the inner parts, or I'll do the inner parts and whatever the.
Sure. Now remember how I opened this box. The way I knew how to open the box is because it says lift tab to open. Now this box does not say that.
You are on your own.
You're going to have to, it's guessing is what it is. Now, do I open it from the middle?
Do
I open it from the side?
You think after this experience, well, maybe you're not supposed to open it from the middle,
Maybe
because, I don't know. Maybe you punch a hole in the side.
Yeah, you could open it from the side.
You could peel that part.
Yeah, I could open it from the bottom.
Yeah.
Look, it's a divot here.
You're right, it even says something.
It says, Reese's and Reese's Puffs trademarks, trade dress, Reese's orange color, and crown design are all under license.
Wow.
It's good to know.
Yeah, no, it's nobody's going to steal that design.
But for comparison purposes...
You probably should open it from the center, and let's see if it tears or see what happens. Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Now that's...
Now...
was not expecting that,
Now,
folks.
Well, I didn't expect the Bran Flakes box to pull ahead after such a
auspicious start.
Oh
yes,
that was a brutal start. But
Yeah.
Reese's Puffs, they just tanked this one. Look at this.
It's just
Only
the middle
the
part.
Only the center opens.
Yeah, it's like nope. Try again. What's behind door number 2?
Door number 2 is some very strong adhesive that's seems to be equally
In fact,
strong
that
on
seems
both
to be the
sides.
thing. They don't put adhesive
They
under the
don't.
center part,
This
so
would be
that's going to be the
smart.
weaker. Yeah,
They don't.
it's interesting.
Now, let's see here. This box, once I got this open, this just came out willingly. These
The two little ends.
Yes.
Yeah, these
I'm
parts.
noticing though, this box. Look,
It's still glued
it's
to that.
still glued.
It's
Now,
really going to make you.
now, what am I supposed to do now? Because the box doesn't tell me.
There's no instruction.
There are no instructions here.
You know, if you've never opened a cereal box or had a parent demonstrate it, you
Yeah.
know, you'd be probably trying to squeeze that thing out of that little slit there, and it's just that would be a nightmare. And you'd crush the cereal, the puff would become powder
It'd be a powder puff.
or flakes. I don't know. I don't know.
But this is the real nightmare.
Yeah, let's. Oh,
We gotta
you're
close
done
the
eating.
box.
What happens now? So,
What in the...
so the center part stays in.
The center part
Maybe.
does if the influences on the side permit it to do so, but it is quite.
So basically, you've got two kind of open ends. The center part is inserted, but these part are loose, and so you know, bug insect could get in there easily.
It could, and
Yeah.
yeah, especially if this happens, because if these flaps go up far enough, just naturally, maybe from wind or the elements,
Yeah.
the center tab comes up. It
It
doesn't
brings the
have
whole
enough.
thing.
And this is unfortunate. I really think that they put too much into the adhesive on the lower portion.
Yeah.
That they forgot to not only give directions on to where to open the box. This is not to say we even open it in the correct space, because there's nothing
No.
that states that.
No direction whatsoever on how to open this box.
But also, the box will not close.
Yeah, it's this one is you'd have to get like a very large binder clip or something like that to put over the top of it, or a clamp, you know, vise, you know, whatever you've got lying around. But yeah, this one's a mess now. I mean, I'm sure you can see that. It's
hideous.
got 3 parts there.
It is. It's
I don't feel
too many
secure
moving parts.
with that.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So it's we're starting to see some spread in the
Yeah.
in the quality. I'll go ahead and open the inner
please.
part. So let's look at the inside of the Bran Flake. We have, as you probably expect, a clear plastic bag that's containing the cereal. And I just want to kind of visually compare these. It seems to be it has a little,
Very similar.
similar and yet different. Notice they both have a seam on one side.
It seems that way.
Yes, but this one has a fold, or it did. Maybe it didn't. Maybe that was an optical illusion. Yeah, okay, no, that was just, so it just has the seam. This one is a little crimped here. I guess that has a little
This
crimping.
has top crimping. This is more of a...
Yeah, that's interesting. So this one is at the very edge. It's got crimping for about an inch there. This one, the crimping starts about 3/4 of an inch down, if you can see my finger, from there, and then it's about maybe 3/4 of an inch. I would say there's more crimping on the Reese's, maybe by one.
Yeah,
It looks like that's got
Yeah,
4
this
crimps. This has about 3, wouldn't you say? Or it's hard to tell.
and I think the reason for this is because, remember, we're going to go back to the date here.
Mm-hmm.
October, it's not October 14th, remember. It's 14 October.
Yeah.
And this suggests to me that this might be a European,
European,
printing
yes.
pattern, whereas this could be North American.
Yeah. It's from different machines.
Now, one thing I forgot to check was the color scheme on the inside, but lo and behold, I forgot to check it because I didn't see it. Remember that color scheme from before?
The color bars, yes. We have
Yes.
the green, black, magenta, cyan, or red and blue, yellow, and orange.
Yes, but this box has no color scheme to be found. Now, I'm wondering why. Maybe, was it an oversight that they forgot to put it in?
Oh, that's very odd. I feel a little bit kind of ripped off a little bit. You know, this one has the kind of cool color thing, little rainbow thing that you can see there. Not a rainbow, but... and I mean, I will say this one in terms of instructions, it not only has the, you know, does this one tell you to insert the tab there too, or?
Nope.
No, you see, this one says lift tab to open, but by the little slit on the other side it says insert tab here, so you know exactly what you're supposed to do. This tab goes into there to close it. But the other thing I noticed too is it even has an explanation for the color thing here.
What?
Well, I don't know, but it says pre-press targets with curve. Now, I'm not in the cereal business, so I don't know what that means, but it obviously means something to somebody, and that shows a lot of care in this packaging that, you know, maybe somebody's on vacation, maybe the person that normally does that job, whatever that job is, that has to do with the curve, isn't there, but anybody coming in off the street could look at this and say, well, it looks like the pre-pressed targets with curve. So you've got an answer. We just don't know what the question is, but we have the answer.
But the person who needs to know the answer has the question.
It's there, exactly. They know what to ask.
This one,
you're on your own.
Yeah.
It's like, you're totally flying by the seat of your pants with that one.
And speaking of which, if you've forgotten, by the way the box is facing, this is Reese's Puffs.
Good point.
The box
Yeah,
is facing the other way.
Yeah, and I mean, again, the guy looks like he's in distress.
Yeah,
like he's eating
milk.
something he doesn't like. Yeah,
he's standing on milk in a peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Well, yeah, and where was he walking? Because he's walking on the food item.
Is he a holy man?
I don't know.
He's standing on liquid.
He is, yeah, and that's disturbing just because I don't know where he's been walking. So that's going to give him the liquid.
Eat that.
So, all right, I'm going to compare the opening of these two inner bags. So starting with what we presume is the American or North American, could be Canadian, I don't know. But that might be more of a European convention. I don't know. I guess it depends. So this is the lower 3 crimp. Okay. And I'm going to apply pressure to the flap that comes out on the one side, slightly under it. And I'm going to apply equal pressure to the middle. And my task here is to open this without spilling it all over the couch. So I'm just applying. This one definitely is strong. I'm trying to just give it a little bit more oomph.
You don't want to apply too much pressure.
No, there we go. So I was able to do that in such a way it actually didn't tear anything. It just created along the seam here where it's supposed to a nice clean opening.
Now that's good. That's what you want.
This is what we want. Yeah. And I will say I had to apply a little bit of oomph to break the two parts, the two panels apart, but it did not destroy it. So I can, again, if I have a binder clip, whatever, one of those little clippies, the chip clip or whatever, I can still, there's still material here to clip to close. Because what happens sometimes if they don't open correctly, they tear. You get a tear coming down there, then you got to kind of squeeze the whole thing together, and you've got air coming in.
That's just
the aforementioned vermin and all that good stuff.
I really want to keep the vermin to an absolute minimum.
Yeah. All right, let's try the Reese's Puffs with the decidedly European crimping. I'm going to do it the same orientation.
Good.
So that I can, because it's basically I'm just going on feel here. We don't have our scientific instruments here, our tension gauge and all that stuff. In the future we'll try to do more, for those, well, in photography we call them pixel peepers, but people that just are into the specs of things. So anyway, I've got the flap pulled out the side, and again just about an inch below that, and I'm going to try to apply equal pressure, and it's coming apart a little bit. All right, that's it's nice and neat. It's smooth. No tears, very smooth. I will say it wasn't quite as difficult to pull apart. And again, it's very subjective, but this one opened a little easier. That one I was afraid I'd have to put a little bit more oomph and then I was going to lose some flakes on me. But at the same token, you want it secure. And,
Yeah, it's going to stay closed and it keeps you guessing.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, but both of them, I'd say they did a good job with that. There's no tears here. I can easily put them back together.
Good.
I will say that one does smell like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
It really does.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's. Shall we give our? Let's take some bites and.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Tell them what we think. Which one would you like to start with?
I'm gonna start with the Reese's Puff because I just smelled it and I think
it smells pretty good, actually.
Now, here's the thing about Reese's Puffs: they're not all the same color.
Actually, here you could pull this out if you want. Pull the whole plastic out.
Yes, I'm gonna take two that I found that are different colors.
See if they're different tasting.
Yes, some are more dark brown, some are more light brown, one representing chocolate and the other peanut butter respectively. As you can see, it's kind of a mixed bag.
Yes.
It's not all homogeneous.
Now I will say in Truth in Advertising that they do, I know I was criticizing the kind of bland coloring of the cereal earlier. It does seem to look a lot like that.
Now, when I was criticizing it, I was criticizing the cereal itself for having a low contrast and saturation. I really think that from a distance, you can't really tell
which one is,
Can any of you tell which is which?
Which is peanut butter, which is chocolate? Just leave a comment in the comments.
Now, I'm going to taste them. Now, I'm going to try the light brown one first.
Okay. Ooh, it's a good crunch.
It's definite. I can definitely feel the roundness as I put it in my mouth. Now, that was pretty quick. There was not much to that, I noticed. It took me, how long? About 3 seconds.
It seemed to just kind of dissolve. Now, did it have peanut butter flavor? Or...
It did. I tasted more peanut butter than chocolate.
Okay.
So now I'm going to try the dark brown one.
Which we're assuming is the chocolate, but
we can
who
only
knows?
Assume, yes. Almost identical.
All right, well, I guess let me give it a shot here. Let's see, I'll try to find again. There we go. So I have the darker brown one and the lighter brown one. I'm going to start with the darker brown first. Okay. It does have some peanut butter overtones, so that's the darker one.
Yeah, dominant flavor.
Yeah, I would have to agree with your assessment. They are very similar. I guess, it goes to reason that because it's made with real Reese's peanut butter, it does not say it's made with real Reese's chocolate.
No, in fact...
I'm not getting a lot of the chocolate.
On the ingredients, it says it's made with Hershey's cocoa.
Ah.
Now, that's not to say that the entirety of the chocolate is the same as the chocolate they use.
Yeah.
But there's one way to tell for sure. That's very simple.
That's just good.
One way to know for sure, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a dark brown and a light brown. I'm going to give you one.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me if you ate a dark brown one or a light brown one.
I'm wondering if I should remove my tooth so I have the use of my palate.
That is probably wise.
All right.
If you
Pardon
really
me for a second. I have a fake tooth in, but it's got a little thing that covers my upper palate to avoid the embarrassment. There we go.
Now,
see?
What I'd like you to do...
One request, may I do one more each just to compare the difference before you give me the surprise one?
Sure.
Just so, let me just
All right.
see if I can actually... Okay. I don't even know if that's... There's a light brown one, but it's got dusting in the dark.
Interesting. So can you tell that it's in the middle when you eat it? That's
Yeah.
interesting. Because I had a middle ground one, and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I can do this.
So
Cleanse my palate.
good idea. Yeah, you're really gonna want all of your taste buds for this.
Yeah.
What you're gonna want to do is close your eyes.
Okay.
You absolutely cannot see. Now you do have to hold out your hand.
Oh, okay.
And now consume without looking.
I would say I feel that was the lighter brown.
You are correct.
Ah, okay, so there's a subtle
There is
difference.
a
That's a
difference.
little bit stronger with the darker ones.
It is. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a bad flavor.
Yeah.
If you like Reese's peanut butter cups, it's
Overall, I would say that the flavor does kind of undo a lot of the damage that the
box.
the clearly inferior box has put it far behind. But I'd give the flavor. I'd say that's the strongest aspect of the cereal is the way it tastes.
It is very tasty. I have to say I could probably eat a box of that just sitting here.
Yeah,
Much like Captain Crunch or those types
of
of.
course.
Okay. Well, why don't we give it a shot? The old Bran Flakes.
All right, now here's something we have to acknowledge about the Bran Flakes that is different. Notice how they're all the same color.
Yes.
This makes it a lot easier to choose a Bran Flake because you can just reach in, take any of them, you know what color it's going to be, brown, and just pop it in.
And with this one, if you happen to prefer one or the other, you're going to have to look for it. This
really
one,
are.
it doesn't matter because it's all the same. You see?
This one is definitely a bit more branny.
Okay. So again, truth in advertising, it's a Bran Flake.
There you go. Not only that it's bran, but it's definitely
A flake.
Yeah, it is not Reese's Puffs. Also, the puff part is true. It is round.
And it's airy. I mean, it has a nice crunch to it. One thing I just realized, though, if I had accidentally dropped these off the counter here or over, I have a funny feeling, and I'm not going to test this here, but
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think the Reese's Puffs, because they're round, they're spherical, they're going to go all over the place.
They roll. That is a design flaw in that sense. If you spill them,
Yeah, if you're not prepared to, or if you don't have clean floors, you're kind of doomed on that one. Whereas the Bran Flakes, it'll just kind of plop. A little bit will spill out the front, but
they do not. They do not keep momentum as well because they do not have an aerodynamic shape.
yes.
So it is advantageous if you find yourself knocking cereal over pretty frequently. Definitely, the Bran Flakes are
You
best.
will,
Yeah.
less
Save a lot of time.
waste. Yeah, yeah, and these again, they were all gravity will dictate where they go. Whereas these, they're different curls, different directions, so they're going to
Yes.
oppose each other and prevent themselves from.
It's an interlocking
pouring out.
cereal.
Yes. So I'm going to try a Bran Flake, a couple of them, I guess. Yes, it looks like a Bran Flake. It looks like a sugar frosted flake without the sugar frosting.
Yes.
And that's important for those of you who hear the word flake and you're expecting sugar frosted flakes. The look is different, and I'm guessing the taste is going to be a little bit different too.
Probably.
Go. I'm not a huge Bran fan, but that's actually pretty good.
It is.
It tastes like a. It's funny. It reminds me of Raisin Bran.
It is. Now it's very similar. There's only one fundamental difference
The raisins.
or in this case, the lack thereof.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, you have to ignore the blueberries on the box. They
Yeah.
are not included.
They're not. It's
And they have no
just
disclaimer,
Bran Flakes.
But they're good Bran Flakes. If you like Bran, I think you're going to like this. If you like sugar frosted flakes, you may or may not, because this doesn't have.
Yeah.
It has some added sugar, but it does not have the amount of sugar that sugar frosted flakes has that makes you eat the whole box.
Keeping in mind also, those are predominantly corn.
Oh, this is true.
Whereas these
Or wheat.
wheat, yes.
Now, can you get a gluten-free wheat bran flake?
This I don't know, but let's see if it does not say that they're gluten free, and it does in fact say contains wheat.
So at least we know they're
about
real. They're not some
It's none of
polymer.
this, none of this faux brand.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
No faux.
It's real.
No. These are real bran flakes.
Faux brand, faux problems.
Yes. All right. Well, any final thoughts on?
Bran is one of those things. I like this because it's one of those things that you don't think is good. You don't remember Bran as being something good, but when you taste it, not bad at all.
I would have to concur with that. I like Reese's peanut butter cups, and I had an expectation going into there what it was going to taste like, and I thought it tasted pretty good. It's a little sweet and stuff, but it tastes like it's advertised. Bran, as Terry astutely pointed out, it's like, whatever. It's just kind of a bran flake, but it's actually very tasty, and I forget that. It's easy to forget that it's just the plain and the plain bran flakes.
Yes.
They're very good, and also the fact that you would you can, I think, again, less added sugar, so it's I would say
natural.
It's probably better for you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Now, also, you can tell that almost from the box, just because green is a color that's associated with life on Earth.
Yes.
Plants are green for the most part, and because of chlorophyll, I believe. So,
yes.
So you think
and grass.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's great that they painted it green. It makes you think immediately of chlorophyll and grass.
Yeah, and you're getting back to nature.
Exactly.
It's something from nature.
It's
from
natural.
the earth. Natural.
Now, what is orange in nature?
Well, oranges.
Oranges, there you go. So you got a fruit.
Maybe kumquat, loquat, I forget.
One of those. Yeah. So
but that's about it.
And flowers for the
and they don't taste like peanut butter or chocolate.
They really do not.
No.
And the plants that they come from, oddly enough, green.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Yes,
the chocolate and the peanuts and
this box almost should be the green box because it has more green origins to it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I think that is a very good comparison there between these, and I'm hoping that this will help you in your breakfast cereal choices. Not meaning that you're limited to breakfast. I mean,
yes.
What time is it now? It's
gotta be
right now. I think it's a little after 8 o'clock or 7:45 p.m.
Yeah, so you could eat this.
I could eat this for dinner.
The fact that they call it breakfast cereal, which they don't on the
They
box.
don't actually. Yeah.
It's just cereal. You could eat it any time of day or night. You could even eat it on another planet that does not have the 24-hour day cycle.
Yeah, yep.
And you wouldn't know what time of day it was on Earth, but you could still eat it.
Yeah, and you wouldn't really care.
No.
I mean, because you're just eating it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't close at 2.
Exactly.
Although I still have to, I don't understand their choice of this dead character, and I understand Halloween, but he just looks in despair. He's really clutching his head.
It looks like he's not enjoying being around.
No, and it's like the cereal is hurting him. It's like falling on his head or something. I don't quite get it.
It's a reverse serial killer.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
The cereal is killing him.
The cereal is killing him.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, thanks again for joining us, and again, we hope this helps your making decisions in terms of the stuff that you eat, and we will be hard at work on more comparisons soon. Perhaps we'll do a bubbly cherry versus.
This is Arizona half and half iced tea lemonade, sponsored by none other than the great Arnold Palmer.
Nice. All right. Well, maybe next time. Cheers. It rolled under the couch.
It rolled under the couch.
You know, just an aside, we're still rolling here. Sorry. I took a big handful of the Reese's Puffs, and just to, as we were talking earlier, if you knock these boxes over, sorry, that's rude. I dropped one on the floor, and as befits things that fall on the floor, it doesn't just stay where it lands. It has to roll under furniture. So a Reese's Puff just rolled under the couch. If I dropped a Bran Flake, it would just sit there, and yeah. Whoa!
It did have a little trajectory off my shoe, but I could still see it.
It hit his shoe, and it almost made it under this here, but I can see it there. Yeah, it did try to escape, visible. But with the rolling thing, you can't stop it. It's going to go where it's going to go.
And not only that, but bear in mind the color scheme of the Reese's Puffs. It's a very similar color to most household floors.
Yeah.
So it's going to blend in pretty well. This is why, if you have a round cereal that inspires motion, you're going to want to paint it a bright color. Like maybe this bright orange on the box would be a good color for the cereal.
Right. And, when we bit into it, I mean, using our canines and all of our teeth, it was able to penetrate the shell. But what if I stepped on that? What if it rolled out from under my foot, like a ball bearing or something? I mean, that could cause harm. I'm assuming I would probably crunch it, but I don't know.
Yes,
maybe you need the sharp edge, and otherwise it's really strong.
You might slip on it.
It could be dangerous. Whereas this is just going to smash. The Bran Flake is just going to...
It's not going to move because it has so many crevices.
Yes. So, anyway, that's just kind of an aside there, but something that happened during the review, and I just wanted to point that out. That if you're clumsy and drop things, probably wouldn't want the Reese's Puffs because they'll roll around and you'll spend half your day crawling around picking them up.
You're going to want to eat it on maybe like a black or a white floor.
And I would strongly recommend a bowl.
Those
with a deep spoon.
Very useful. Don't eat these on a plate.
Yeah.
And don't eat them with a fork.
Yeah. Can you eat them with green eggs and ham?
Yes.
Nice. All right. Good night.
If you're wondering who I am, I'm the ghost of Mr. Hyde. Emerald skin, fluorescent eyes, and a sable cave inside. Many years I've roamed the earth in search of my aberrant beam of light. But as the curse of Jackal goes, my soul remains captive in the night. If you're wondering who I am, I'm the ghost of Mr. Hyde. Icy fingers with a touch that'll leave you petrified. Still at large, haunting your domain of flesh and bone. But no one ever asked the friendly poltergeist why he haunts alone. In the midnight hour, I will come for you. When the moon is full and stars light the way. From the Arctic Pole down to Tuvalu, you're out there. If you seek a treasure trove, you can sail around the world. But the ocean's beauty is lost to those who are looking for a pearl. Projects around where escapades await on novel shores. But dock your boat and look around, you'll ask yourself, myself, have I been here before? Oh, just you wait. Darkest hour, when you're lost at sea, I'll be ready with my searchlight ablaze. Set coordinates for luminosity, ectoplasm beaming from inside. The ghost of Mr. Hyde.